Okay, I am live. Nobody is here yet.
Oh, your notification just came through.
My notification just came through on Becky's phone, so I'm live. And I hear myself over there because she hasn't turned her volume down yet. I've got one like. Doesn't show that anybody's watching yet, but one like. Now I've got two likes and one person watching. Craig J says first. Craig J beat Becky. Jace, Jeff,
Wow.
Drayson, Billy
Hey.
Martin, Rob, Charles Nowitzki, My Bride, Jim Patterson, Billy Martin, Yakin, the Smelted Dragon. Hey Martin. Let's see. Craig J. Steve, North Country Forge. Hello, hello. Billy Strong's Adventures. Hello, hello.
55.
55 first. That's funny. So how's everybody today? Everybody doing good? Hey, it's the Cockatoo Birdman. Bill, how are you, brother? Well, welcome to Josh Smith's Overall Forge couch. We're in the living room here watching from the couch. Hey, Jeff, and I'm assuming probably Denise and the kids might be in the area to say hi and hear all that, maybe. Anyway, oh, you love my shirt. Okay, I'll sit up so you can see the whole thing for those of you that weren't able to see it. Okay.
Oh, hello to Shamrock Forge.
Hello to Shamrock Forge. I didn't see him on the screen. It must have went away. Yeah, there. Hello. How are you? It's nice to see you, Mr. Sullivan. So, okay. This is probably my first and only live. I'm much more comfortable with doing short little video snippets here and there or showing y'all what I've got done after I've got it done. So the live stream thing, I'm not sure about that yet. But I'm doing live stream for the fact that I am doing a giveaway. So,
Mr. Doug Thomas and Ray J. Paulson.
Yeah, Ray J. Paulson, Doug Thomas, how are you guys? Randy Mills, Newt Sleather, and Metal Smithy. Howdy, howdy. So,
Thank you, Mr. Craig J. He says you're doing great.
thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. It helps that I am used to speaking in front of people, I guess. It's just odd speaking to a little tiny camera with people all over the place in real time. That's just a new thing. I'm used to speaking from behind the pulpit. Your chat's froze. Uh-oh. No, Jeff. Hurry up. Reboot. Reboot. So, as is traditional, the whole purpose was there a weird noise outside, or was that just me?
No, it was a weird noise.
A weird noise outside. Becky's going to go investigate the weird noise outside. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. What's going on out there?
Horse trailer.
Oh, horse trailer across the street. Okay, so yeah, I can see how that would be confusing, Billy. Well, thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. So, as is traditional, when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. So I hit 100 subscribers, and I think as of yesterday, I was at 115. So I'm really excited and happy that I hit 115. My bride is over in the background doing a little happy dance over there because she's doing happy dance that I hit 115, but she is killing me. I think as of a couple of days ago, she was at like 217 or something like that. She's just whopping up a storm over there with her channel. And she just did a giveaway video yesterday, which I was told, Rob told me that, and I don't know if you read this or not, but Rob told me that I needed to keep an eye on you.
Hey, what did I do?
Because your giveaway was a little sketchy.
Sketchy?
Yeah, it was a little sketchy. You random number generator, number 1, and then number 2, and one of those 2 happens to be your cousin?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah, that
I'll be
was a little
honest.
weird.
That was very weird.
But I am going to. Drayson did not know. Jeff did not know that you had a channel. He has subbed now.
Thank you, Mr. Drayson. I did just see that. Yay!
So Newt's Randy Mills, Newt's leathersmithing and metal smithy or metalworks and Smith. It went off my screen.
Newt's leather and metal smithy.
And metal smithy. Yeah,
you can't say that more than once.
I can't say it more than once. He is at 70. So any of y'all that are not subscribed to Randy Mills' channel, check him out. He does amazing leather work. Some of the work that he does is awesome. And he just got his forge, which hopefully he'll get some real refractory soon, so that he can start really kicking up the heat in there. Craig J is at 34. Y'all hit him up if you are not subscribed to Craig J. Hit him up. Anyway, guys, he's got a smother liffy. That's funny. That's great, Jeff.
That's about what you were saying.
That's about what I was saying there. Yeah, got a little tongue tied there. So anyway, as is traditional, when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. And as I said in my announcement video about it, you have the choice if you win whether you get what I started out with, which was my coffee can forge. I've got the materials to make your own coffee can forge, which, you know, guys, a coffee can forge gets a bad rap, in my opinion. A lot of folks say, well, if you make it, it's not going to get hot enough to really do anything. It's not going to give you consistent enough heat or a large enough space to do anything. But you know what, guys? If you're in an area like me, where I live out here in Central California, I laugh about it and call this the armpit of California.
It sort of is.
It sort of is. This part of California is a huge agricultural region. Literally around our house, we are surrounded by orange groves and chicken farmers and horses across the street. We've got olive groves all around us. They grow plums, peaches, nectarines, avocados, walnuts, pecans. There are tons and tons of dairies in this area. In fact, Land O'Lakes Dairies is
about 15 minutes from here.
They are basically the actual Land O'Lakes dairy is here, and then they've got tons and tons of Land O'Lakes distributors out here. Well, yes, we're not that far from Barstow, Randy, but it's about 3 hours. But where we are is about halfway between Bakersfield and Fresno in the central San Joaquin Valley. And in the summertime, on pretty much every summer, we spend a really good portion of the summer at well over 100 degrees. In fact, we spent a bunch of time this last summer at 108, 109 degrees, 110 degrees.
I think the highest we got to this year was 117.
Yeah, 117 was scary. That was with the heat index, which normally the humidity level in this part of the country is not that high. It's maybe 25%. But the last couple of years, for whatever reason, our humidity level here has been up quite a bit, and we have been getting up to like 65% humidity at 110 degrees. And so basically, hey Bob, welcome in, man. So
I missed him. Hey,
we get surrounded by tons and tons of heat, and we hardly get any rain. In fact, a funny story, when I first moved here to California, I moved here from Washington State, and when I got here, I moved here in July, and I lived from July until September. That I did not recognize it until all of a sudden in September, I was sitting there going, something's different. Something's different. I don't understand. What?
Jim Patterson.
What's a heat index? That's great.
Jim Patterson, though, said, I lived in a place where it was 125 or more every day. I can relate.
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
Yeah. So when I first moved here, from July through September, all of a sudden in September, I was sitting there going, something's different. Something's off. I don't understand what it is. And then I realized, oh, wait, there's a cloud in the sky. I had not seen a single cloud in the sky from July all the way to September until all of a sudden, right towards the end of September, there was clouds in the sky. And it made a difference to me all of a sudden to go, holy cow, there's a cloud. Well, so we get no rain here. And so at no rain for the longest period of time, and all of a sudden now we're having 110, 117 degrees, whatever, with extra humidity in the air, but everything is dry. They don't even want me to light my barbecue grill if the barbecue grill is coal and I can't just shut it, coals, and I just can't shut it off like that. So I have to be a little, hey, Mr. Heath Hilliger in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up?
So they didn't want me to even light my barbecue grill out there unless it was propane that I could just shut right off. So I had to figure out a way to have a forge out here in California that was going to be something that would work for me, that would be very, very, very super cheap because I don't have any money. So been watching videos for years on how can I do this? How can I do this on the cheap? And I just thought, you know what? I can do. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's a dry heat.
It'll cook you.
It'll cook you though.
Flat.
It'll cook you though. 127 degrees in 2 seconds flat with dry heat. It'll still cook you.
Guess what? Josh got a really bad sunburn from his wrist all the way to the top of his arm. Driving from Palm Springs.
Yeah, we were driving from Palm Springs in September, and I got a sunburn from all across my hand, all the way up to where my shirt sleeve was here, from having my arm on the window driving home. And that was the worst sunburn I think I've ever had in my life. It was terrible. But so anyway, getting back to the forge story. So I built this coffee can forge. And I built this coffee can forge for the specific purpose of, you know what? I've got a little propane torch Becky's got a propane torch.
Thank you.
Becky's got a propane torch. And I borrowed it so that I could be able to use it for my little coffee can forge. And I built the thing, and it literally didn't cost pretty much anything. And after not costing anything, I was still able to get hunks of steel in that little coffee can forge. And with my railroad track anvil that came from Mr. John Coffee, I was able to beat on that steel and move steel around and forge chisels and knives and all these things that I was able to move around. Yeah, it took me a long time. You had to go through a bunch of heats because you weren't able to get it quite as hot as you can with a real forge. But you know what? I was able to do it. So I have figured out that even though I have my awesome forge now, I still have my coffee can forge. And I'm planning on using it every now and then for small little projects, that instead of firing up the big old propane forge and heating up a huge space, I can heat up that tiny little space, toss a tiny little project in there, heat it up really fast, and then get it over and done with. And then I don't have to wait for quite a while for the forge to go back to non-critical temperature. I don't have to be on fire watch for too long. So they are a fun little tool to have in your arsenal if you're a coal forge guy and you may want something that is something that would be a propane option for you. you can do a coffee can forge. And Jim Patterson sent me a link. I had seen some other links. I had sent some other links out there for these things that you can actually make burners, a real burner for your coffee can forge, and be able to heat much more efficiently. So, that being said, you guys, please, you have your choice. If you win, I can send you all the materials except for the can and the propane
idea.
torch.
Drayson says coffee can forges are good for heat treats as well.
Absolutely right. Very, very excellent point, Jerry Jeff. Jerry Jeff. I'm gonna, yeah. Drayson.
Stop saying people's names.
I'm gonna stop saying people's names. So you have your choice. I will send you all the materials except for a propane torch, and except for the can, I'll send you all the materials needed for the makeshift refractory
Dylan
and
Shook
the
says, howdy.
feet and all that. Hey, Mr. Dylan Shook. I'll send you all of that, and you can use MAP gas. I didn't have MAP gas at the time. Well, I did. Come to find out, I just didn't know where my torch was. I just recently found it. It was hiding. So I haven't used MAP gas in my torch or in my coffee can forge yet. So I plan on doing that because I know I'll get better heat out of it.
You technically have your own.
Yes, I have my own torch now.
It's just,
yeah.
It was busy.
I had my own torch.
Hiding.
It was just hiding. And I had MAP gas cans for it. So anyway, if you win, you get your choice of all the materials needed, the nuts and bolts for the feet, the sleeve to put into the can, and the refractory material to make a coffee can forge if you want it. Or if you don't want to go the coffee can forge route, I will make and send you a cross that I will forge for you, or a letter opener similar to the one that I made for my mother-in-law. It was a Christmas present, so I don't have it here to be able to show you in person and Vanna White it for you. But you can look at my other videos. I do have a video where I show the letter opener that I did for my mother-in-law. So if you're interested in any of those options, those are your options if you win. I went ahead and, instead of writing stuff down, because if I wrote it down, I may not even be able to read it, I went ahead and typed all the names out of the folks that said they were interested.
Help?
I got it.
Okay.
So I typed all the names out. There were 27 names. If you see your name on there, you're on the list. Hey, Mr. Lufay. So if you're on the list, your name is in it, 1 through 27. And then I went ahead and looked up a random number generator. And this is a different random number generator than the one that my bride used.
Apparently so.
Because my bride's was sketchy. I was told.
It was the first one I ever did.
First one you ever did. I know. So
now I know how to do it, Rob. Thank you.
So I chose a different random number generator, and I put in 1 through 27. Choose a number. I am going to hit the button now. Number 15.
Number 15.
So let's go back over. Number 15.
Who's that?
That would be Mr. Jeff Barrett, Drayson's Forge. Congratulations, Jeff. So you have your option, brother, of whether you want a cross or a letter opener or the materials to make a coffee can forge. So you just let me know what you want. You don't have to decide now. You can decide at any point and let me know. You've got my contact information and all that. And I already have your address, so you don't even need to send me an address or anything because I already have it. Because I'm stalking you, man.
Oh.
So, okay, that escalated quickly, as my wife likes to say. So, congratulations.
Holy fudgesicles, he says.
Holy fudgesicles. Yes, holy fudgesicles. I like fudgesicles. Jeff, you're making me hungry now, man. And it's like a beautiful sunny day out here. It's like mid 60s. So yeah. Now I think I want a fudgesicle. I'm gonna have to go to the store and get fudgesicles here in a little bit. That sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
thank you for that suggestion, Mr. Jeff. I'm now
says,
going to
"Oh my
have
God,
fudgesicles. So
Are you reading comments?
a little bit. They're going off and on as people stop typing. It goes away.
There was a bunch of congratulations.
I
and
saw
then,
that. Hey, Mr. Evans LeBlanc.
Hey. Hi.
Congratulations, Jeff. Congratulations, Jeff. For those of you just joining, Jeff Barrett from Drayson's Forge 69 just won the giveaway, and he's going to let me know what he wants of the options that we had. Quit laughing so hard, Miss Becky. You might see yourself.
I didn't even see that. Okay.
He just said it. Literally just said it. Do you see it now?
I might see myself. Okay.
So, thank you all for joining me. Is there? Oh, she said. Randy, he fixed it. Instead of see myself, he meant might pee myself.
See myself.
Yeah.
I laugh like that all the time, dude. I really do.
Of all the things I would love is a cross forged by your hands.
Aww,
All right, brother,
that's so
you got it.
sweet.
You
Yay.
sent me a cross in a box. You sent me a copper cross. I will send you a hand forged cross from me. It's not going to be copper because I ain't got that much copper around here. If I wanted to make it out of copper, I'd have to
steal the pipes out
go
of the ground.
steal the plumbing out of the ground or something. See if I can find some copper pipe.
Actually,
but-
I don't think that exists in this house anymore.
No, there's not any copper piping in the house. I take it back. There's not. Anyway, so I will definitely send you a cross.
Somebody got his knife. Granddad's Forge says.
I don't see what you're. Ulf got his knife.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know who Ulf is. So, Rob, I wish I could help you with that. So,
I'm like, wait, I don't understand.
and I haven't sent a knife to anybody
ULF.
anyway.
Do a video.
I don't know who ULF is, guys. You're gonna have to fill me in. I'm apparently lost.
Somebody just said.
Oh, Ulf Peterson. Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
I don't know who that is. That's why I asked you. Wow. Did we just say you can't stop? You can't say names.
I'm not allowed to say name, guys.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I think you just need to keep talking because
Yeah.
this is just getting funnier.
Yeah, this is apparently getting funnier. Okay.
I'm getting a chair.
Apparently Becky's getting a chair now. So, yeah. How's everybody doing? Has everybody in the freezer section of the country thawed out yet, or are you still?
Hey, we got our Heath Bar. He's alive.
Yeah, Heath
we're
Bar
good.
is still alive out there. He's doing okay. We saw him pop up a few minutes ago. So,
Yay.
and we've got the Barrett feller here because and he's up there in Wisconsin. So, yeah.
Ray says you have to do more live videos.
No, I don't have to do anything. All I've got to do is die and pay taxes. I don't even have to pay taxes. I could go to jail if I choose not to pay taxes.
No. Jason says it's refreezing starting today.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry, guys. I'll pray that the refreezing. Oh, still got really nasty weather, but not negative 28 anymore.
Marvin
Okay.
says just drove 3 hours through the ice from a business trip. Goodness.
Whew.
Yikes,
See,
guys, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry y'all are having to deal with that. A funny story about driving through ice and snow. Shortly after Becky and I got married, we hadn't been married too long, maybe a year or two, and we drove from where we are down to the LA area, and we drove down to the LA area, and it was it wasn't bad weather. It was raining a little bit as we crossed over the Grapevine, heading down into the LA area. And it was a nice drive. Well, as we were on our way back, it started to snow apparently just before we got up there. And so there was snow that was accumulating over the Grapevine. And Californians, for the most part, don't understand what snow is. I mean, I think it's a completely foreign concept to them.
It's white and fluffy.
It's white and fluffy
crunchy,
and crunchy, and they don't understand what it is.
and we don't like it.
They don't like it. I laugh constantly because people out here, as soon as it hits 60 degrees or so, that's when they start pulling out their parkas and full on deep winter gear. And then as soon as it hits 75, 80 degrees, they start freaking out and talking about it's too hot. So
That's right, Randy. We do not know how to drive in it.
Yeah, and they definitely don't know how to
but
drive in it.
I
So
don't like it.
as we're coming up the Grapevine, it's snowing, and everybody ahead of me is freaking out, and everybody is driving 15 miles an hour on the highway on I-5 North heading up the Grapevine. Luckily, they all moved all the way over into the slow lane.
Jason says California snow is what goes into a cone and gets flavored syrup on it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That most Californians, they just don't understand it. Funnily enough, we're not too far from the Sequoia mountain range, or in the Sierra mountain range, sorry, from the Sequoia National Forest. And they do get snow up there on a regular basis. So pretty much everybody around here, if they want to see snow, they drive up into the mountains to go see snow and play in the snow for a day. Otherwise, it's not here and they don't know what it is.
Jim says last week it was -5. Yesterday it was 60. Very weird weather. Ray says 64 in Spring Hill, Florida today. Billy says 80 today, 27 Thursday night. What in the world is this? Yeah.
Thank you for stopping in, Heath. Really good to see you, man. Keep in touch. I know you're busy with that girl and all that, but like, keep in touch, man. We're family. We love you. Go have fun. Say hi for us.
Hug Rexy for us.
Yeah, hug Rexy for us too, man. Be well. So anyway, we're heading up the Grapevine, and everybody gets into that slow lane, and they're all going in one lane together at 15 miles an hour up the highway. Bye, Yakin. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'll consider it. So we're driving along, and everybody's going really, really slow. And I was sitting there going, look, I learned how to drive up in Washington State. We had snow on a regular basis. I learned how to drive in this stuff. There's no reason for us to be driving 25 or less than 25 miles an hour on the highway. This is ridiculous. So I decided I was going to pass them all. So I got over into the fast lane and kicked it on up to about 35, 40 miles an hour. And Becky was sitting there as a Californian, sitting there going, is this allowed? Are you allowed to do this? Are you going to get in trouble for this? Is this okay for you to be over here?
Hey, I did live in Flagstaff,
Arizona. No, I know
that was normal. That was normal.
Yeah, it was normal for her to be in snow living in Flagstaff. But in California, it's not okay.
Car.
Yeah, so anyway, we get up to the front of the pack of traffic, and there is a California Highway Patrol officer with his lights going, guiding the pack of traffic up the Grapevine. Everybody is just tucked right in behind him, driving 15 miles an hour. And I'm sitting here going, why is this California Highway Patrol officer driving 15 miles an hour? He should have training to drive better than this. So as I got next to him, I intentionally just kind of slowed down a little bit to get like eyesight with him. And he just kind of looked at me like, are you okay? And I gave him the thumbs up, and he, okay, cool. And I just passed him, and I was just cruising on past him. So all of these other Californians dealing with snow, they were sitting there going, yeah, no, I can't deal with this. I'm just going to tuck in and drive 15 miles an hour. And I couldn't stand driving 15 miles an hour when I knew full well how to drive in it. So we drove
it was about 45,
50 miles an hour up until we got up past the peak. And once we got up past the peak, we got on the other side, and all of a sudden
The snow.
the snow was gone. It was completely gone. There was no snow on the north side of the Grapevine at all. So I kicked it on up to 75, 80 and just kept on going and made my way back home.
Randy says the same thing happens in Iowa. They get the white crap every year, and every time it comes down, people forget how to drive. And he said he's glad he grew up driving in it, because
Yep.
you got to get through it whether you like it or not.
Thanks, Billy.
Jason says you get past stuff really fast here.
Hey, Mr. Nemo. Hello. I don't have any free candy for you, man. Sorry.
Is that Nemo?
Yes, that is Nemo. Ben Toombs in the house.
Oh my goodness! I think I found one more reason I like Ben Toombs.
Doing dishes, so not wanting to type on the phone. Okay, Anson. Well, I understand that. What you need to do, instead of risking typing with wet fingers and having that be an issue, you need to just get you one of those phones that is waterproof or water resistant, or get you one of those life-proof cases so that you don't have to worry about that. You can type on it with wet fingers or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just come on, man. Get with the program, Anson. Seriously. You military guys should know better than that. No complaining. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Come on, man. Hopefully I got a smile out of you, brother.
You know what? I have to say kudos that he's doing dishes, because that's pretty awesome.
Well, it's Anson. He's awesome.
Hey,
so.
That's right. Hello, Mr. Ben. I see you.
Hello, Mr. Ben Toombs. Becky sees you. She's sitting behind the camera. She's chosen not to appear on camera.
Put it on voice?
Put it on voice.
What does that mean?
I don't have a clue what that means.
Anson says unbroken sheep.
Oh, Jeff's saying put the phone on voice, so he could just talk and type.
Talk and type.
Yeah, that's a good idea too, Jeff. I do that a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I do that, and it looks like a different language.
Yeah,
so.
when Becky talks, it looks like a different language. But part of the reason for that is she speaks Spanglish, because she is a Spanish speaker as well. So she speaks Spanglish a lot with a California accent. And so the phone doesn't really understand what she's talking about most of the time.
Well, and apparently that and sounding like a cartoon character voice.
Yeah, that's true too. So, anyway.
It is bright and sunny in California.
Yeah, it is
cold.
Bright and sunny. It's not really cold. It was cold yesterday. It was really cold last night. I say really cold. I'm talking to guys in Wisconsin and Ohio and all that that are really cold. It was really cold for here last night.
Rob.
That's funny, Rob.
I don't know if
we might tell Kathy that. So, anyway, last night for here, it actually was really cold.
Which way did he go?
It dropped down to, I think, like mid-20s last night, which was a big change because it had been actually
like
45, 50 degrees for a low at night. And then all of a sudden, overnight, it went from 45, 50 degrees down to 27 or something like that, which, as I said, we're surrounded by orange groves, which the orange trees are still loaded with oranges. And you also won on Bill Corey's giveaway. Well, that's awesome, man. Awesome. You just had a good luck day today.
Woo-hoo.
See, I speak... Billy, I speak with a bit of a southern accent myself sometimes. I lived in southeast Georgia for a while, and my parents are both from Alabama, so I've spent my whole life going back and forth to Alabama.
Mr. Justin.
Bye, Justin.
So
Thanks for showing up, man. We appreciate you watching, hanging out for a while.
It's going to be 8 tonight where Ben is.
Well, I don't translate single digits too well because I don't math. As I said last night, what does that mean, Ben?
Wow.
Inquiring minds want to know. What does 8 mean? No answer? I'm not seeing typing.
I'm not either.
Did I lose you all? Since everybody else is sleeping, I'll
Not
just
Justin.
lay back and go to sleep
Billy
myself.
said-
Oh, I see people typing now.
8 degrees, Ben says.
8 degrees. Oh, okay.
Since you don't math.
So, anyway, we're surrounded by orange trees.
So what do you call that? Fish sticks?
Yes, that's what I'd say. Fish sticks, yeah.
Freezer burned fish
Yeah,
sticks.
freezer burned fish sticks would be 8 degrees. Yeah,
Yikes.
I can translate that. Yeah.
He says, as in freezing is 32. So that would be freezer burned. Wow.
So we're surrounded by orange groves, and all these orange groves are full of oranges right now.
And Michael Lane is changing the
as
diaper.
soon as we end up with the super, super cold weather with the freezes, it actually is harmful to the orange crop. So it's actually kind of funny because all these orange groves that are surrounding us have these wind machines that are in the groves. And so as soon as the temperature is starting to get close to freezing, they kick these wind machines on. So basically it sounds like we're in the middle of the Viet Cong during the Vietnam War, and you've got helicopters flying constantly around us. We literally have these big windmills that are kicked on to high speeds running all night long, all around our house.
From like 8 o'clock
From
at night.
like 8 o'clock at night until 6, 7 o'clock in the morning as soon as it starts to warm up. Hello, Mr. Tommy Wright. Welcome in, man. Orangewood, yeah. I've got a lot of orangewood around here,
He
yeah.
says, oh, I need some orange wood to maybe smoke some salt.
Let me look around and see if I can find you some that is small enough that I can fit in the package to send with your cross. If I can, I will. The problem is with orange wood, it gets so hard as soon as it is dry in any way, shape, or form that it's really hard to split. It will dull a blade really fast. So if I can find some that's small enough to get into the box, I'll send some for you. But it's a beautiful wood.
He said he'd have to blend it, so otherwise it might be harsh. So.
You do what you got to do, brother. I'll see if I can't find you some. Maybe I can find you some olive wood that fit in the box. You know what? I know I've got some olive I can fit in a box and send to you because I've got some olive wood that is cut down from a block that I cut off. That was it was actually kind of cool. When Becky and I first got together, her dad smokes a pipe and loves smoking his pipe. And was it for Christmas or for his birthday that I made it for him?
I believe it was Christmas, the first year
so
we were together.
The first Christmas that we were together, I wanted to make a present for her dad. So I carved out a pipe out of olive wood that was from the olive grove that was directly across the street from our house. And that grove had been there
since I was a kid.
Since Becky was a kid, with these olive trees just growing and growing and growing. Tons and tons of olives. And I went over there and I found a hunk of olive wood and brought it to the house and let it cure for a while, and then started carving it and carved a pipe for him that I made to fit a stem that he already had. And that way he could have his stem with, he has stems that will fit a filter if you want to put a filter in there. And he usually uses a filter. So I made a pipe that would fit his stem, and I carved it out of olive wood and then used some olive oil to seal and finish the pipe. It was a lot of really nice work. of hard work. I've got some oak here. If any oak would work for you too, Jason or Jeff, Drayson. See, another thing. I can't talk names on this
You
thing.
can't say names.
I can't say names.
There's something wrong with your
Yeah, there's something wrong with
face
my head.
right now.
So anyway, I still
He
have
said
some
he-
olive
he
wood
said
for
he's
that,
made
and I can
a
send to
pipe
you.
before, talking Bilbo Baggins style.
Nice,
Hey, that's pretty cool.
nice. I was going for a combination, like somewhere in the middle between Sherlock Holmes and Winston Churchill. So, usable pipe tomahawk. That would be cool. Very cool. See, the problem
Get the cat out.
the problem with olive, Anson, at least around here anyway, is that it's hard. It's very hard to find a straight enough piece of olive wood that to be worth using. That's more than about a foot long, 2 feet long, and that's it. What's in that cup? Grape Kool-Aid, actually, Billy.
That's really funny.
Grape Kool-Aid. It's not anything alcoholic because I don't consume any alcoholic beverages. I don't consume any adult beverages, carbonated or otherwise. Funnily enough, not because of anything other than the fact that I just don't want to be a stumbling block for anybody that sometime later on down the line. I don't want to be that guy. I mean, granted, scripturally, looking at what the Bible says, I don't see anywhere in the Bible that it says it's a sin to have a beer or have a glass of wine or have a glass of whiskey. But because it is something that I would hate to be for me to be in the grocery store buying a 24 pack of beer and have somebody who doesn't really know me that I've maybe been trying to witness to a little bit and see me in the grocery store at the checkout line picking up a 24 pack of beer and go, oh man, look at that preacher. He's sitting here preaching about we need to do good, we need to be better, and look at him, here he is buying a 24 pack of beer. I'd hate for my decision to do something like that to be something that would negatively affect somebody else maybe coming to Christ. So I choose to not consume any alcohol for that reason. But that's just me. When I used to drink, and I've been very open and honest about this, I used to drink. I used to run away. I ran away from God for a long time. And lived my life different.
I can't speak either today. I don't know
Becky can't speak either.
I'm
Anson,
drinking
yes, it
water
is
in a
the
water
most
bottle.
traditional wood to use. The problem is, like I said, it's hard to find a piece of wood that's longer than a foot or two that's straight. So I would love to use it for firewood, but I just can't use it for. I can't find a good usable straight piece to be able to stack a bunch.
Oh, Randy says it actually says to consume a glass of wine a day to help your stomach issues.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I never heard that before. It's kind of cool.
So anyway, back when I used to drink, I used to be
Jason
a
says
Guinness man.
beer,
I drank
it's
a lot
for
of Guinness.
making broths
and
making
I was a Scotch drinker. So I was just picking. I knew nothing was in the cup. Anyway, I was a Scotch drinker. I was a single malt, 18 years old at least. It had to be at least 18 years old. Single malt Scotch. I loved my Scotch. So, but and I've told Becky, I said one day, if we're ever able to make it to Ireland and Scotland, I'm going to be. If we weren't drinking Steel Reserve, where you really living? Thanks, Alan. Apparently, I wasn't living, and I'm okay with that, brother.
Isn't that the really strong one?
Steel Reserve. Okay. Becky doesn't know this, so I'm going to explain this to her.
I don't know about all this stuff, guys.
When I used to work at a convenience store and sold beer out of the convenience store shelf all the time, the only people that we ever sold the Steel Reserve to was the homeless guys that just wanted to get just plastered drunk for as cheap as they could.
Okay.
So yeah, it was cheapo beer.
So you can't drink that.
Survive
You
those
can't
hangovers?
Those hangovers. Oh my goodness.
Well, then apparently I'm not a man, and I'm okay with that. But no, I've told Becky if we're ever able to travel over to Europe, if we're ever able to go to Scotland or Ireland, that while we're there, I'm not going to have a car to be able to drive anywhere. So there's no way that I could ever be in any kind of even remote risk of getting into any kind of legal trouble. And there's not going to be anybody from my congregation anywhere around for me to be able to like accidentally be a bad example for or anything. So while we're there, I'm going to go to the Guinness factory and have some real Irish Guinness. And if we're in Scotland, I'm having some good Scotch. So just saying.
Randy says, a man after my own heart. Guinness is a drink of real men. That's cool.
Okay, then apparently I'm a real man because thanks, Lewis. Thanks for showing up, man. We appreciate you coming in. Have a great afternoon, great night. God bless you, my friend.
Bye.
Yeah, on that note, I just looked at the little counter. I cannot believe that we have been on live for 46 minutes and 20 seconds now. Put my back to a wall in Ireland. Is there a particular reason why? I don't know the understanding for that. Help me to understand, Randy.
Do you know the difference between a Baptist and a Methodist?
No. I think I've heard this joke before, but please tell us which joke it is, please. Difference between a Baptist and a Methodist. Maybe we should be playing the Jeopardy theme song right now.
I stopped drinking Jägermeister several years ago. Loved it. But hated the what the heck did I say last
Lots
night?
of pickpockets.
Oh my gosh. Really? Hey,
Well,
Yamas!
Well, see, the pickpockets thing wouldn't so much be an issue for me, Randy, because I never carry my money in my back pocket, so me putting my back to the wall would not be a solution to that. All they'd be grabbing would be a booty. Hey, Mr. Yamas, thank you for joining us, Mr. James Zace. We appreciate you coming in, man. The Methodists say hello at the liquor store. Gotcha. Well, I'm a Southern Baptist myself. I'm a pastor of a Southern Baptist church, so that would explain it. That was actually not the joke I had heard. It'd been a long time since I'd heard the difference between Baptist and Methodist jokes before, but I've heard a bunch of them. So that was not one that I had heard before, but there you go. So yeah, 48 minutes and 35 seconds now that we've been live. I'll be honest with you guys. I appreciate you coming and hanging out for a while. I intentionally made sure you too. Thank you for coming in, Michael. We appreciate you, man. Bye. I intentionally told myself when we were getting ready to start the live stream that I was going to go live and wait a few minutes for folks to get in before I actually did the drawing, because everything in me just wanted to say, okay, hey guys, welcome in. Here's the drawing. This is the number and this is who won. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye. And literally have 5 minutes or less of live stream. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to hang out. I'm going to wait for a while and let folks get here and come on in before we do the live or before we do the drawing. And I didn't expect it to be almost an hour of live stream though. So I really appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us for a while. I appreciate you guys watching the channel. All the great advice that you guys have given, and the support, and just the great community that that I've been able to find through these groups and through the YouTube community of blacksmiths and everything else. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting me hit 100 subscribers, 115 as of today that I saw. So thank you very much for joining us for the video. Thank you very much for continuing to watch the videos that I put out. I will get your cross in the process really quick, man. And I will think about doing more
Billy
often lives,
says
Billy.
You have 24 thumbs up. You need to do this more often.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I appreciate everybody. Thanks, guys. I just want to say God bless you and thank you. And if you ever want to talk to me or Becky about anything, if you have any spiritual, any needs that you have, a prayer request or something's going on, we're always here to help, to listen, give any guidance or advice that we can give. Or if you just want to scream at us about something, we're okay with that too sometimes. So sometimes everybody just needs a vent. So I'm here. Thanks for watching. I'll have more videos coming soon. And I licked and smooshed it 2 times. Nice. I don't know that I necessarily want you licking your screen there, Jeff. Maybe that's how come you're a little off sometimes. Maybe I don't know. I think you're not supposed to lick the bottom of toads. You're not supposed to lick mushrooms. And I think the button on your phone is one of those. You're not supposed to lick it, I think. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But thank you so much again for watching, for hanging out. And I will get more videos coming out soon and get some more stuff going. So thanks, guys. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.